So how do we understand this and how can we get more meaning? Well, let's go back to the root building blocks of happiness. This is a different way of looking at happiness, is how do we explain why some people are happier than others so that we can actually talk about meaning. Okay, one of the things that we find is that happiness is broken up in the way that we see the differences between people into three parts: genetics, circumstances, and habits. Okay, now let's begin with genetics. I don't want genetic differences to change my happiness. I don't want that at all. But the truth is that we know from research that genetic differences explain 50% of the difference in happiness between people. Happy parents tend to have happier kids. 50% of your happiness is genetic. You can literally blame your mother or you can thank your mother, depending on how happy you are as a regular person. The other half is broken up between two things: your circumstances and your habits. Your circumstances are about a quarter of your happiness, and this is what everybody thinks is going to bring the most happiness to their life. If I can finally get that woman to marry me, if I can graduate from the university, if I can get a good job. But the truth is that it will bring you 25% of your happiness or unhappiness, but it won't last. Remember homeostasis. Remember the hedonic treadmill. Circumstances don't last. What really lasts and brings you meaning is your habits. And there are 4 habits that bring the most happiness. Now, what I'm telling you is what we can teach and what we should practice as individuals is to cultivate 4 big habits in life. Every day, we need to do 4 things to practice our faith or life philosophy. And I'm not saying that you have to have a traditional faith. I'm a Roman Catholic, and maybe some of you are too, but not everybody has to be a Catholic. One of the things that we find, I talk about this with the Dalai Lama, is that any faith practiced seriously, or life philosophy, even if it's not a traditional faith, will distract you from your daily life and give you a perspective that's much bigger. But people who have no faith or life philosophy, they tend to be less happy. Practicing something transcendental is important. Family life, equally important. These are the relationships that we have that we don't choose. And in many cases, let's be honest, we probably wouldn't choose them. But these are the people that we can count on for the rest of our lives. The biggest mistake that we make is having a schism, is having a rupture in our family relationships because of, say, politics, which is such a terrible idea. If you are going to be happy, you must maintain your family relationships. So what I'm saying is, after this speech, go call your mother. Friendships. Friendships are the relationships that we do choose, and they're the most intimate. But one of the greatest sources of unhappiness is loneliness. And during the coronavirus epidemic, there's a tremendous amount. I do a lot of speeches about loneliness and about technology and about friendship because of the coronavirus epidemic. And if you want, we can talk about the science, the neuroscience of loneliness, which I've done a great deal of research on. Suffice it to say that we need to work on our friendship. Friendship is a skill and it requires daily cultivation. And the last is work, is meaningful work, not just any work, but work will be an enduring source of happiness if it has 2 characteristics, and only 2. It doesn't matter if you're driving a bus or if you're a construction worker or if you're a professor at the university. You will get enduring happiness if your work has 2 characteristics. Number 1 is earned success. You believe that you are earning your success. You're accomplishing things. You're being rewarded for your accomplishments. You have a pathway to becoming more successful in your work. And the second is that you're serving others, that other people, especially people with less power than you, are benefiting. Their life is being made better through your job. Look for ways to earn your success. Look for ways to serve others with your job, and your job will become a source of joy.